Good morning, Seoul, Korea. It is a great Monday morning here. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend because I had a wild weekend myself. But can you believe it's already the last week of May? Now, time is flying by so fast. Now, a lot of people I know, they're thinking, May? Time? Going by fast? Not enough for certain people who are waiting for the summer vacation season to come up. But it's time to check out on your new resolution before it hits June. I know a lot of people had their resolutions set before the new year starts, but then you have half the people are like, you know what? I'll start my resolution around June or July, get back into shape. But you guys need to check it and get ready for it as soon as possible. Now, some of our listeners are thinking about the weather and saying, oh my gosh, the weather is so bad today. Well, think again, because we have plenty of days where it's going to be nice and hot and sunny. So why not enjoy this cool weather until it lasts? So for the first song of the day, we're going to celebrate this cool, breezy day with Michael Bublé. It's a beautiful day. That was Michael Bublé with It's a Beautiful Day. And right now you guys are tuned into What's Poppin' with Brian Ju on TBS EFM 101.3 in Seoul and surrounding areas, GFN 98.7 in Gwangju and 93.7 in Yeosu. Now, a couple of things you need to know. How do you contact with us? It's pretty simple. Send us a text to sharper pound 1013 for a charge of 51. Hit us up on Kakao Talk. But to do that, you need to add us, TBS EFM, as a plus friend. Also, if you haven't already, please follow us on Twitter and tweet away at TBS What's Poppin'. And today we're also live, so we really want you guys to call in and have a little chat with us. The number is 02-778-1013. And if you have a longer email, just want to say what's up to us here at What's Poppin'. The email address is efmpoppin@gmail.com. And also, you're curious about a playlist? Then go to our website at tbsefm.soul.kr/efm/what's poppin'. But for now, we have a few words from our sponsors, which are Tonga Pharmaceutical, LGU Plus, OB Beer, Korean Air, and Olay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for today's pick. Now, it rained heavily last night, and these rainy days make you think of the upcoming rainy season here in Korea. And I'm sure you guys have more than 3 umbrellas lying around your house, and maybe 2 of them right now are currently broken in some way. Now, why is that? Now, the truth is many of us don't think about buying a new umbrella until the skies turn black, or even worse, or when the one you have suddenly breaks in a downpour. So we try to find one on the store near you and snapping up the first umbrella you find. Then nobody buys a decent one because you already have tons of umbrellas at home. So you think to yourself, why do I need to get another one? Now, even if you bought a decent umbrella, you have to keep at it and take care of your umbrella, just like everything else, like your car, your house. You have to take care of your umbrella. I know it's surprising to a lot of people because a lot of people just throw their umbrellas in the car or inside their closets at home. I do the same thing. Don't blame me. Anyways, after each use, make sure you leave your umbrella open to dry whenever possible. And it's better if you dry with a cloth before you let it dry on its own. So try to, just take all the moisture off the umbrella and then let the rest just dry, air dry. Also, do not allow water on the underside of your umbrella. If you do this will eventually cause rust, which is not good. And another thing to keep in mind is long exposure to sunlight will cause the fabric to fade and later on break as well. Now, the forecast said that we'll have nice sunny weathers for the rest of the week, but it is wise to get your umbrella prepared. You never know what's going to happen because suddenly there's a downpour and then you're going to regret the fact that you didn't bring an umbrella. Now, if you're thinking about buying a new umbrella for the upcoming season, of course, because it's going to rain soon in Korea, think about maybe a price range around 30 to 40,000 won for an umbrella. Generally, they offer good coverage, durability, and convenient features like automatic open and close. Now, my advice is, it's easy to forget your umbrella and lose one, so instead of getting something really expensive, get a decent one. If you get one that's too expensive, you're going to regret it, you're going to rip it, you're going to lose it, leave it somewhere. I've done that so many times. So try to get one around 40 to 30,000 won. Of course, there's also etiquette for using umbrellas. Now, if you have any stories about that, please send us tweets on Twitter or emails or whatnot and let us know. And if you guys haven't guessed already, obviously, you know what song we're going to play for you guys right now. But we're going to flip it for you right now. You're thinking Rihanna, Actually, we're going to play Umbrella, but it's the acoustic version by Mary Digby, so check it out. Yes, that was Umbrella by Mary Digby. And of course, originally sung by Rihanna. That was Mary Digby's acoustic version, of course. Now, she gained her popularity by this cover version, which attracted attention online back in 2007, and it had over 20 million views. It soon played on the radio station, and her fame continuously spread, and was featured in the third episode of The Hills, and now she has released over 5 albums so far. Well, good luck to your future endeavors, Mary Digby. Now, moving on, we have more great songs from female artists coming up. And the next artist we got is named Nivea. And now I know what you guys are thinking. Nivea? The skincare brand? No. We're not talking about the skincare brand. We're talking about the artist. Now, she gained her recognition when she joined Mystical, an American rapper, of course, for his hit Danger that came out in 2000. And in 2002, she released her debut single, Don't Mess With My Radio. Then her second single, Don't Mess With My Man, which peaked at number 8 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 singles chart back in 2002. So right now, we're going to check out her second single from her debut album. And the song is called Don't Mess With My Man. Yeah, Don't Mess With Her Man. That was Nivea singing Don't Mess With My Man. Now, this song was nominated for Best R&B Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocals. And the last album she released was back in 2006. Now, she's a busy mom of 4 kids. And she celebrated her 31st birthday recently. So, I just want to say, Nivea, happy birthday. Now, moving on to the next artist. We have another American recording artist. But she's also a dancer and an actress. Now, she was born in New London, Connecticut. Now, while she was working on her modeling career in New York, she became acquainted with producer Ryan Leslie back in 2002. Then they started to write songs together for a song called Me and You. And for those of you who don't know who I'm talking about, I am talking about Cassie. Yes, and I'm sure you've heard of Me and You, or maybe you've seen the movie Step Up 2 and her song Is It You? It was one of the songs on the soundtrack, of course. Now, Me and You was a popular song amongst dancers and eventually became a hit song in the clubs in Germany. Now, during this time, Mr. Sean Diddy Combs heard Me and You in a club, and then after, she, had a chance to collaborate with Kanye West and Pharrell Williams on her second album. And she's been dating Diddy for a while and recently got engaged. So congratulations to the both of y'all. So we're going to play a song with Cassie featuring Puff Daddy or Diddy or whatever you want to call him. And the song is called Must Be Love. And this is the last song for the first half of our show. And I'll see you guys in part 2. Welcome back to the second half of What's Poppin'. All y'all ready? Because we're going back to our normal Monday segment called Jump Up and Get Down. Because I know a lot of you right now on Monday morning are feeling a little groggy, especially with the weather and everything. So we're going to play some funky tracks for you guys to get your hearts in the right place, your minds, to get uppity up. I'm like your daily dose of caffeine, like double shot. There you go. So stay tuned for that. But for now, we have a word from our sponsors, which are Ace Bed, Dongsa Food Corporation, LGU Plus, OB Beer, Korean Air, Hyundai Motors Company, and Olay. Welcome back to the second half of What's Poppin'. Are you boys and girls ready? Because it's Monday, which means we got a segment called Jump Up and Get Down. We're going to play some, upbeat music, some funky songs for you guys, because everybody needs a bit of funkiness on Mondays, because Mondays are the slow, dragging, I don't want to go to work, I don't want to go to school, complaining days. So I'm here to be a daily dose of caffeine. And right now on Twitter, Brian Canada just wrote, you're definitely our daily dose of vitamin, caffeine, sunshine, etc., etc. Well, thank you very much. I hope you guys all agree and feel the same. Anyways, we're going to get into the first song. We have a band from the UK, a jazz funk band called Incognito. And you guys know that incognito means having an identity concealed, especially to avoid attention. Now, they were formed back in 1980, and they've released 15 albums so far, and they're about to release their latest album, Amplified Soul, in June of this year. And the band was formed by the front man, Bluey, and while certain members decided to go different directions later on, so their sessions have changed a lot over the decades, Bluey, he still manages to keep the band going, and it's harder than you think because jazz bands or funk bands usually play with like 10 sessions. That's a lot of people. So let's start our first song for our segment, of course. And the song is by Incognito called Roots. That was Incognito with Roots. It's a great song by Incognito. Now, I think they would appreciate a radio program because Incognito was influenced by great artists such as Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, of course, Santana, Earth, Wind & Fire, Kool and the Gang, and the list goes on. And the reason why he'd appreciate our programs is because we play all of these artists on our Monday segment. So I'm pretty sure if Incognito tuned in, they'd be like, okay, we can get down with it. What's poppin'? So why don't we play one of their songs now? The next song is by one of the kings for groove and for getting funky. We're talking about Mr. That came out weird. I'm going to say Mr., but Mr. Of course, it's Monday for me too, you guys. Stevie Wonder. Now, we all have an amazing moment in our lives that we want to go back to. Maybe it was a day you got first place for a sports event or music. And speaking of which, I just want to give a quick shout out to Mr. Eric Carmody, a friend of mine who got first place for Asia Regionals yesterday. And to everybody a part of the whole CrossFit community, great job. Anyways, back to our show. And maybe it's one of those perfect days that you have with your friends and family. You just want to go back to that. Everyone has those kind of days where it's like, you know what? I remember when I was younger, when, we didn't have cell phones and we had pagers and we'd go out and, you couldn't just show up somewhere and wait for somebody. I mean, you'd have to be there on time because, you don't have cell phones to call each other and ask where you're going to be or if you're going to be late. That kind of sounds like my complaints. But this next song is going to help you guys reminisce about the good old days. And as you know, Mr. Stevie Wonder, I keep saying Mr. Stevie Wonder grew up in difficult circumstances. Despite living in poverty, he remembers those days fondly, and he wishes that he can go back to them, to those days when he was younger, of course. But it's not a sad song that he came out with. It's a groovy song where he's proud of where he's from. So he sings about a simple time when he's only, worried about Christmas and what toy he's going to get for Christmas. So let's think about our good old days and have, a good time today. Reminisce about a good time in your life back in the day and think very positively while we listen to this next song because pretty much the song's going to make you happy either way. This is Stevie Wonder with I Wish.
Bring it.
Yeah, when to keep the funk going, we got Mr. Will Smith with Getting Jiggy With It. That was Will Smith with Getting Jiggy With It. It's a great song. It's one of those songs that you play. It's an older track, but you just never get sick and tired of it. You want to dance to it. And if you guys didn't know, of course, he is a multi-talented artist who knows how to groove, but also how to keep his life in balance. Yes. And he's also a great actor, too. If you haven't seen his films, what was that one movie with his son? I forgot the name of the movie, but, it's not one of my favorite movies, but I'm just saying he's a great actor. He's been a great actor since the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air days, of course. That TV show was hilarious growing up. And one of the throwback TV shows as well. Still don't mind rewatching those shows as well. And right now, as you guys know, it's already time to wrap things up. Before we go, though, we're going to go over some Twitter comments because we haven't gone over many today. A lot of people are probably thinking, why not? Read our Twitter comments. So right now, we're going to go over Twitter comments, and we're going to pick one right now. Ongni D said, take care of yourself and stay healthy. I'll support you always. Fighting. Please play Love is an Open Door, original soundtrack, Frozen. We would if that was a funky song, but, Love is an Open Door is not one of my favorite songs. It's a good song, don't get me wrong, but I'm just sick and tired of the fact that Korea has overplayed the original soundtrack for Frozen over and over again. Love is an Open Door is a great song. It is, but overplayed. Yes. Also, Brian Ju Canada wrote, happy to have What's Poppin' to kick off my week. Please play Dance Again by Jennifer Lopez. Alrighty, well, we're done with the requests for today, y'all. But thank you for all these requests. Thank you for all these messages. You're very kind. But right now, we are going to wrap things up. And I heard that the weather actually is going to clear out soon here in Korea. But if it doesn't, like we mentioned earlier, don't forget to carry a or umbrella or a raincoat if you're into that kind of thing. I'm not a raincoat type of person. But if you have an umbrella, please carry it with you. You can make it a fashion item if you have to. But for now, we're going to end things with Yeah Boy, and the song is called Can't Get Enough. But don't be too sad, because Brian Ju will be back again tomorrow at 9:05 sharp. Once again, this is Brian Ju signing off. Peace.